Welcome to a very special edition of the Farmhouse Dirt. I am joined by the Cruisin committee tonight, and I am with Karen Johnson and Courtney Berth, and we planned these outfits this evening. So
yes, we did.
if you want to look like us, we'll tell you how to get some of these shirts in your hands. So we're talking tonight about Cruisin, and that the first one is coming up tomorrow evening, May 16th, or no, 17th.
17th.
No, 16th.
16th.
It is May 16th, Friday.
We've had too many Mondays this
It
week.
has been a rough week, yes. So I'm going to let the gals kind of talk about how Cruisin started and what the whole idea is behind it. So go ahead.
Sounds good. Cruisin and Wayne was started in 2019. Dustin was very passionate about bringing the community together. He was very passionate about cars, wanted to find a good way that he could just bring everybody together where it wouldn't cost any money. You didn't have to pay to attend. In Wayne, Main Street just happened to be the perfect place for it.
We started out very small, a few cars, but again, Dustin was the driving force, and this was his thing. And he wanted to share what he loved about cars, and it turned into a lot more than I think a lot of us thought it would. You know, other towns have tried to do this, and it fizzled out after a year or so. But we've done well, and it has continued. I think we talked about this last while back. The last couple months of last year, we had over 100 cars in the line, and people were just amazed. They just kept coming and coming, and I guess the other thing too is you don't have to have a fancy car. You don't have to have a fancy vehicle.
Right.
We've had tractors, and one year there was dune buggies and
Old fire trucks.
Fire trucks.
Daily drivers.
Yes.
Yes. And minivans, you're welcome.
Yep.
Come, bring the kids, roll the windows
mud
down.
on the tires, everything. It all goes.
Old station wagons.
Yes.
Trisha's brother has an old station wagon. He had piled in with all these kids, and I mean, they were having a great time. I mean, they were having a great time, and that's what it is. When you see the smiles of these people go by, and also the people that are sitting in their lawn chairs and whatever. And it's funny, they will say, oh, my dad had a car like that, or oh, look at that, or look at that color, or something unique. It makes everybody feel good, and it smiles.
It does.
Yeah.
And if I may, Dustin Soden is the driving force behind Cruisin. And just to give you guys a little bit of background on Dustin, he and I graduated high school together, of course, and we lost him to cancer about a year and a half ago. And kind of a funny story, Dustin always loved to drag Maine. So we would.
Should we be announcing
I don't know.
the podcast? I know it's a farmhouse.
I don't know if drag Maine.
I don't think you can go back retroactive. I don't think you can go back.
No, we're not going retroactive.
No.
But when we were in high school, that's what we did. We drove Maines, and there was one night. It was the last day of junior year in high school, and I had my blue Ford F-150 that I was driving around with a friend, and we thought it would be funny to go to Pomida and get some high-powered water guns, which we did.
Oh, no.
And so she and I were doing our thing down Main Street, and we'd see people we knew, and you'd squirt them out the window. Well, here comes Dustin flagging us down at the Emeritus parking lot, and he said, the cops are looking for you. Somebody had turned us.
Oh, no.
So here we are. We're like, we'll just hide these behind the seat in this single cab. They'll never find us. So, put these water guns behind the seat. Now, kids don't do this at home.
No, it is not recommended.
Yeah, it's not recommended. And we did end up getting pulled over that evening, and we were told to get out of town. So
now would be a good time to talk about, please make sure you obey all traffic laws on cruise nights. Please don't do burnouts. Don't squirt water guns out of your F-150s.
As tempting as it is, yes, because, it comes back to slap you when you have your car with your license plate, and all these people will recognize you.
They will. And your parents are there.
Or not, or your friend's parents are there.
Right.
And so it's one of those things with, it seems like a good idea at the time, but, we're trying to get ahead of that for you.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Don't do that.
Be safe. Don't be stupid. Don't ruin it for other people.
Right.
That's not the goal and intent here. And, just kind of circling back to that story, my whole point was that Dustin always watched out for other people.
Yes.
And he was watching out for us that night. We were just too stupid to heed the warning. Well, we heeded it. We just didn't leave when we should have.
And it didn't matter if you were friends with Dustin or not. If somebody needed something, if he saw somebody that needed something on the side of the road, people that would come into a shop that he didn't know, it didn't matter. He had one of the biggest hearts, and I only had the privilege of having Dustin in my life for a few short years. I mean, he's been around. You guys had more experiences with him, but he made a huge impact on everybody that he met.
Yes. Yeah. And it's because of him that I've said this before. My husband and I have cars that we have in the cruise, but it's because of Dustin that we do. He found them. He'd get on Marketplace and all over, and he'd find these cars. Oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And something, no, I don't think so. But then he did. And, my husband will tell you that he will be eternally grateful that Dustin found that car for him. Yeah. Because it's like, he's back in high school.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're going back in time. And this cruise night and every cruise night that we have in Wayne, Nebraska is a lasting testament to Dustin's legacy. So we enjoy it, and we welcome the community out, and we have a great time, and we do it with class.
Yes.
So
yep. It's all in memory of Dustin.
Absolutely. So tell us when this happens. It goes on throughout the summer. And of course, tomorrow night's first night on the 16th of May.
16th of May. Yep.
Okay.
And it's from 7 to 9. A lot of people will start cruising before 7. The food trucks are usually parked before 7. So just come out whenever. We like to wrap everything up about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I mean, just come out and have a good time.
Yes. The food trucks are located on the south end of town, south of the Carhartt parking lot. The city has provided, they have picnic tables will be set up there to help with that. There are porta pots, and there are also trash receptacles and so on. And that has worked really well. It kind of puts everything down there. And like some of those food trucks are there by 5 o'clock.
Absolutely.
And we've got a variety coming in this coming month. So it should be interesting and it should be good. Rarely do we have any complaints.
Right.
Of the people that have come to do that. And we do trophies. Trophies are every month. It's the choice usually of the committee that we see. We look at unique ones. Last year we had a gentleman who he was in his 80s and he had found the car that he had when he was very young. Sure. And he and his grandson had redone it and got it. And he got the trophy, and he just cried. He just thought that was the most wonderful thing that he had gotten. And so it just makes you feel so good. Yes. It meant a lot to him, and he just couldn't get over that somebody had appreciated what he had gotten or done. And we appreciated him to be out there and do this. So it was neat. So the trophies are one every month. And we will start tomorrow night.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like you said, don't need a hot rod to do what we're going to do tomorrow night. Bring your lawn chairs, bring your friends, bring your kids. It is a family-friendly event. Yes. Anybody can do it. Yeah. And just line up on Main Street. I mean, a lot of people congregate up by Our Savior Lutheran Church because there's a big parking area there. And of course, it's close to where the judges sit.
Right.
And where the cars are awarded and where all the pictures are taken.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
yes.
You guys do a great job of having somebody there to take pictures.
Courtney does most of that. She does most of the photography, and she does an excellent job.
Yes.
And she then gets them posted on Facebook.
Absolutely.
As far as if you go the route, there are lawn chairs all the way up to Grace Lutheran Church, way north, and actually as far south as probably Victor Park.
Yes.
We have people all the way through.
That's a turnaround. Everybody.
Yeah, that's a
goes
turnaround. That's a turnaround. So
it's like a rolling car show.
It is.
But there are also dash plaques, which will be like this. They're copies, and they're magnetic now.
Okay. Very good.
Which is if you have a magnetic dash, that'll work. Some don't, but they're there.
Yes.
And those will be handed out that night too. So
wonderful. And people can stop and go to the local restaurants too.
Yes.
I mean, pull off on the street, park your car along Main Street, go have a burger down at the Max or sit on the patio out at Fiesta Brava, go have a drink at one of the bars in town, but be responsible.
Yes.
Some of the service organizations last year, we had the swim team, I think it was, they were selling ice cream bars along there. And we've had like the Eagles, they have sold things, there's always along Main Street.
Yes.
There's usually someone that's got something that they're ready to.
A little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah. In June, our office always does the ice cream social.
Oh, that's right.
For homeownership month. So watch next month. We will be in action right out in front of our office too. We've always enjoyed that. That's kind of grown into a bigger thing than we thought it was.
Yeah,
that's good.
So
yes. We hear about that. There's ice cream down the street.
Especially in June.
There's ice cream down there.
That is a great
idea.
Yes.
So third Friday of every month. And t-shirts. How do we get the t-shirts to everybody?
We have them in 3 different businesses here in town. We have them at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Hometown Cafe and Kelly's Chair.
Yes.
And then also there's a table set up there at along where Tent Specialties is, and I'm the t-shirt lady. And
Very thankful.
please, I would like to, because they're all in my great room out there. So I've got like 250 t-shirts that I would like to move.
Yeah.
So, and they're $20 no matter what size you get.
Good.
So come in and or stop there or go to one of the 3 places, and we'd be glad to make sure you get one.
Right,
So,
and we're not reordering this year.
Okay.
So when they're gone, they're gone.
That's
and
right.
they are going.
Yes. And you have all sizes. You have youth and adult sizes,
No.
or just adults?
Just
Okay.
adults.
Just adult
Okay.
sizes.
Gotcha.
And actually, we have no smalls left.
All right.
People have come, and a bunch of them went out. Well, between the Hansons and myself, our kids all got smalls, so
Yes.
there aren't too many left.
Right. The
we
Peters
do.
got some too.
Yes, Peters. I was going to say. So
Sorry, guys.
yeah, I know.
Gotta be quick with the draw.
That's
No,
right.
you gotta know somebody.
And I think there's a couple 4Xs maybe.
Okay. Wonderful.
But just stop and find out if they're there, and if they're there, we'll get them to you or whatever.
yes.
But,
Yes.
yeah, we've had a good response so far. We've
Absolutely.
given quite a few out already. So
Yep. And sponsorships, if you look at the back of the shirts, they're
Yes.
covered in sponsors. We've got some really great community support for
Yes.
this event. So sponsorships, you can buy different levels basically, or
Yes.
is it all the same?
We've changed it. It's all the same.
Mhm.
We like the sponsorship logos to be visible.
Yes.
And we learned our lesson that when we had the tiers, it was very clustery.
Mhm.
yes.
And so we just decided $250 for sponsorship, and the cutoff for this year was 30,
Yes.
and we had those filled in a matter of hours.
Yes.
So the
Mhm.
support from the community has been absolutely amazing. I personally want to say thank you, because if it wasn't for the support of our sponsors,
Yes.
the community, the city of Wayne, the chamber, the amount of just
The police
support
department.
and the
Mhm.
police department. Well,
Yes.
and their grace.
They have been very good.
Their
Yes.
grace has been
Yes, very.
greatly appreciated.
Yes.
There's always something to be said about a small town, and I think Wayne is a very good
Yeah.
example of the support that you get from the community when you have something like this. Everybody, it's been at times overwhelming, because
Yeah.
everybody wants to help, everybody wants to
Yeah.
donate, everybody wants to sponsor, and
Right.
it's like, okay, we love that,
But we have to.
we
yeah.
have to kind of pick and choose, and I think
Mhm.
sometimes that might upset people, and it's not intentional.
No.
It's just, we've got a little window to work in,
Yeah.
and if we could take every sponsor that wanted to sponsor, we would.
We need
It's
more
just-
T-shirts. We do have banners that are printed, and that was done by the chamber.
Correct.
They provided the banners
Okay.
at their cost.
Great.
And they will be posted outside Tent Specialties, where you can look and see closely the names of the sponsors, and
Sure.
then what the shirts look like.
You
And
bet.
and so those will be, as long as the wind doesn't blow 'em. I mean, with the way the wind is going, we may have to
Hopefully
do
not.
something. Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
yeah. And then somebody asked, what do you do with the money that you get from the scholarships or from the T-shirts? We have a scholarship.
Yeah.
We gave one last year, and we gave one this year to someone who is going into any kind of automotive technology or that type of thing.
Mhm.
We also, like I said, we are donating to a family that has cancer,
Mhm.
and to help with their expenses. What else?
Since it's a farmhouse dirt, we would like to announce that we are starting to have communications with the Wayne High School and looking into potentially sponsoring 2 driver's ed spots. We realize that sometimes kiddos and their families fall into that gray area where you may make too much, but you still are just living to paycheck, and times are hard. So we are looking into sponsoring those 2 driver's ed spots, and we are also looking into requesting a wish list for the shop at the Wayne High School to look into maybe donating some items, sponsoring a trip to the college, just trying to figure out, teachers need a lot of things that sometimes are hard to get because of the hoops they have to jump through. So if we can kind of bridge that gap for them and pay it forward to the community and to our youth in honor of Justin through
Yeah.
Cruisin and Wayne, that's what we would like to do.
And again, this would be like through the auto tech program
Right.
at Wayne High.
Mhm.
Someone asked you, are you going to go to other communities? Not at this point. I think this is where our main focus is right
Yes.
now, and so
Mhm.
it's going to stay in Wayne.
Right.
So and like Courtney said, they'll all get a wish list, and there's always things that they could probably use, welders or tools or something like that.
That's right.
And as far as who will get the scholarship, the driver's ed, we'll rely on the school to help with that, give us the information that they know the kids that would have the specific need and that type of thing.
Correct.
So
We want to respect privacy,
Right.
so we're going to leave that
Let
up to
the school take care of that.
Decide. We
Right.
don't want any recognition
No.
for it, or we don't
No.
need the information. We just want to make sure that it goes to somebody
Right.
deserving.
Yes.
Right.
Well, we need to build a new society of good drivers and car enthusiasts and mechanics
Yes.
and welders and
this is
everything else.
probably the way that we will do that.
Yes,
is
yes.
in this little way of keeping up with that. And again, it was, this is something Dustin would have loved.
That's right.
doing that,
Yep.
so.
It's absolutely, it's
Yeah.
a great thing. So I really, really appreciate you gals taking the time. Now, the whole committee is volunteers. You guys
Correct.
you work full time. You do things in the community like this.
Well, I'm retired, so and I'm glad.
But she delivers all those 250 to 400 t-shirts
Yeah.
around.
That is correct.
It's fine. Keeps me
Yes.
busy.
Yes.
But I enjoy it. I really do. It keeps you involved with people, and we really believe in what we're doing.
Yes.
So
Right.
yeah, it's
Well,
good.
and Dustin's dad, Dick Soden, he's I would like to think that he is almost like the new face of Cruisin and Wayne.
Yes.
He's the one
Yes.
he's going to the businesses, he's
yes.
having the conversations about
Yes.
the sponsorships. I'm thankful he's retired, but that man, I feel like, doesn't feel like he's retired when it comes to cruise season, because he is just running ragged.
Right.
But it keeps him close
Yes.
to Dustin
Yeah.
and what Dustin wanted. So that's a big part of it too.
It is.
And it's good for Dick.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
he gets out and about.
Our committee is great.
Yes.
I mean,
There's probably, what do we figure, 10 or 12 of
there's
us?
12 if you include the kiddos.
Yes. We have 2 younger ones.
Yep, that we're hoping, they just continue. It just keeps going.
And we're multi-generational. I
Yes.
mean, we have some olders, and then there's some of us at the other end. And, but we all have that common interest
Right.
of wanting this to continue and encouraging people to enjoy this time,
That's right.
and it doesn't cost anything.
Mhm.
So many of these places, even car shows now, you have to go in and you have to pay.
Right.
Yes.
We don't charge anything.
That's right.
And as long as, like you said, that they follow the rules of the road,
Mhm.
there's not a problem.
Well,
That's
and you
right.
can pack some cold meat
Yes.
sandwiches.
Mhm.
Bring a cooler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't have to eat out. You can
Yeah.
make it just bring snacks, bring drinks.
We should say, in June, we're going to have a band.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, tell me about that.
Aquadog is going to be performing for us in June. He's going to actually be performing during cruise night.
Mhm.
So you're going to be able to hear him play as you're driving by. You can stop and
Great.
park. We're going to have Main Street. And it's West 5th up
It's
to the
it's the
valley.
street that's right on the south side of Tent Specialties.
Yes.
And it'll go part way up.
Okay.
It butts up to the Our Savior parking lot.
Yep.
It's that street right there.
5th Street.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's he's going to be set up there.
Great.
And we did it last year in
Mhm.
September, and
Yes.
it was a lot of people enjoyed it, and it was nice, and it was warm that night, and
Mhm.
so we'll get something else for people to look forward to.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. Good, cheap, fun entertainment
Yeah.
for the Wayne community and the surrounding area here of Northeast Nebraska.
Mhm.
I thank you ladies so much for taking the time
Thank
to talk
you.
to us tonight.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
Thank you for
Yes.
the opportunity.
Yes. No water guns.
No water guns.
No burnouts.
No
No
burnouts.
burnouts.
No burnouts.
Just be nice and have a great time and
Right.
let everybody else do the same.
Follow the speed limit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you for all of your support.
Yes,
and for
thank
coming
you very
up.
much.
You showing up and just driving down Main Street
Yes.
Mhm.
makes it worth it for not
Yes.
only the community to give them something to enjoy, but it makes it worth it for
Yes,
us.
it does.
It's very rewarding. So thank you, and we hope to see you soon.
And we will be in the chicken show again. Usually that's one of the things that we do. We do during the chicken show, we're part of the parade, and we usually bring some of the people that are on the committee and others. So if you have something you want to bring and get in the line,
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah.
That's always kind of fun too.
Mhm. It is.
It's fun to see. And we have a few T-shirts from last year that we're going to throw out.
Okay.
We didn't have very many left, but
Mhm.
that'll be we tossed
Your
them out
parade
last year.
toss.
Oh yeah. Instead of candy, we threw out the T-shirt, and
Very good.
we had more people say, "Are you going to do that again?" And,
Yep.
well, it depends on if we have any left.
I
So.
don't think we will. This
I don't
time.
think we will either. No, we're
gonna
doing.
sell all the shirts
Yes,
tonight.
yes,
so.
we are. It's doing well.
Yes,
So
that's great. Well, thanks again, gals. And
you.
Cruisin
Thank you.
Maine in Wayne, the third Friday of every month from
Correct.
May through September.
Yep.
And feel free to come downtown tomorrow night, eat out, have a great time, bring your lawn chairs, and we'll see you there. So
Thank
thanks
you.
again.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Trisha.
You
Thank you
bet.
very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Welcome home.